So the power of vision. So if you're not defined by a vision of the future, you're going to be defined by the thoughts and the emotions of your past. Now, if you think about your brain, your brain is literally a record of the past. Everything that you've been through and done in your life is stored in your brain in the connections of your neurons. And those are those drive what you think about. And what you think about drives your emotions. So if you're not thinking about a future that you want to bring about and embossing new neural connections in your brain by thinking about new thoughts you want to think and new emotions you want to generate, you're going to continually be living, like I said, with the emotions and the thoughts of your past life. And you're going to wake up every day looking for those emotions. So having a vision is super important because it not only, gets you out of bed in the morning, or it should, but it also helps to change the structure of your brain and, the chemical makeup of your body to look like that future reality has already happened now.
What you're describing, there's a succinct way of saying this, is that you're either living by design or by default.
Mm-hmm.
And you just described beautifully what's happening behind the scenes, like in our body, like in our brain,
Right.
the neuroscience of it, like neuroplasticity. If you don't know what that is, like definitely look that up. Like having a vision literally changes the connections of the neurons in your brain, changing your brain, changing your life. And it's very simple, but it's not easy to do because we talked about fear on a different episode, but like the fear of like, oh, like, well, is this possible? Can I do it? Or like, I've tried to have a vision before. I've tried this before. Like I failed. Well, you failed because you gave up. That's literally the only reason you can ever fail at this. So, in this episode, we want to just at least ignite some fire within you to design a vision for yourself so that you know where you're going. And it's not just vague, but you're so specific that it lights you up. Like you said, like wake you up in the morning. It should.
Yeah.
Like I'm very careful about using the word should. And also when other people use it, like something dings in my head is like, well, is that really true? No, in this case, it is. Many times it's not like you should do something. No, like you should be lit up by the vision, because otherwise you're going to, like you said, live the same life. You're going to be thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same way, doing the same things.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why most people wake up in the morning and they kind of don't want to get out of bed, because they've resigned to the predictable future that they're about to have, because they're, again, living with the same thoughts and emotions as yesterday. So why would you want to wake up and go do new things and have this like air of possibility about you if you're thinking and feeling the same way as you did yesterday? And so I think you mentioned a good point about your dream being specific and you being on fire about it. And that's important, because if it's not specific enough and you're not on fire about it enough, you're not going to be able to generate emotions, like future emotions, from how that dream is going to feel like. And I think that's also why most people quit after like a few days or a few weeks, because it's not easy to generate emotions you haven't felt before about a future reality you haven't experienced before.
Mm-hmm.
But the body, which is the subconscious mind, can't tell the difference between a thought that you think and a feeling that you feel and something that actually happens in the reality that you see outside of you.
Explain that again, because when hearing you saying that, because I know what you're talking about, but maybe someone listening might not have gotten that, because you said the difference between a thought you think or a feeling that you feel.
Yeah.
You're saying, just to confirm, you're saying that like our body cannot tell the difference, something vividly imagined that's not in our physical reality yet, and something then in our physical reality, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you vividly imagine something like a future that you want to bring about, you're going to create a picture in your mind. And your brain's going to take that picture, and then with the help of your nervous system and your endocrine system, it's going to create an emotion in your body based on the image that's in your brain. So if you don't have a future vision, all of your thoughts and the images that you're going to present your brain are going to be past images. And so your body, like your brain is going to be thinking the same thoughts, and you're going to be, in that structure. And then your body is going to feel similar emotions that it's felt before. So you're going to walk through life as a similar person to who you were yesterday. And when you're in that state, nothing's really going to change for you, because you're not going to attract new things into your life, and you're not going to be able to see new opportunities and new experiences for you. So when you start to vision, you start to change, like you mentioned before, through neuroplasticity, the structure of your brain. Now, when the structure of your brain changes, the way that you feel changes as well, because your brain plays an integral role in how your body feels and, the functions of your body. So, yeah, it's got a very, very intricate and very unique and very awesome physiological and biological basis to it visioning.
Yeah, and the effect of that, because that's the cause. Like we need to have the vision to change the thoughts, to change the body, like the feeling. The effect of that is that you're literally willing to do different things. You're going to take different action, and you're also going to attract to yourself different ideas and opportunities and people because you're on this different vibration. Because everything is energy. Here's the spirit of it, that everything is energy and that's all there is to it. All we have to do is match the state or the vibration of the reality that we want. And we literally become that version of ourselves because we still are ourselves. You're not a different, a human being. You are a different human being, but like your personality is like the same. Like you get to keep all of the wonderful aspects that you love about yourself and increase. You have a new next level version of yourself that you call in. And I want to really start to get some like practical tips on how to have a vision then, because I have a feeling like people listen to this like, okay, yeah, like makes sense, like help.
Yeah.
My number one tip is think back to when you were a kid again. When you were 5, 6, 7 years old, you dreamed up possible futures every single day and literally imagined that as if it was real, and were completely into it. Like, yo, do you remember, Chris, when you, me, and our two neighbors, Christopher and Steven, we played that we were it was like a gun game that we was two teams, like two kids, like one was inside our house, one was in the garage, and like the whole job was like to like infiltrate the other and like take over. Like I remember like really being in that, feeling like I was in a war, and like it was awesome.
Dude, we also played the game with the bikes where one person would be a cop and the other person, like you would have to like stop going on a drive through
give
driveways
tickets,
and stuff.
like,
And give tickets and like run away and then capture. Yeah, we played a lot of games, but that imagination. Yeah,
exactly. So like we really felt that. And I know you person listening can know and remember that too. So activate that imaginative faculty, and then really consider if time, age, money, education, any of those seemingly limiting circumstances were not an issue. If they were not an issue, then what would you love? Come from the heart. Because then as you come from the heart, it's not based on your past, not based on your history, not based on what you've done before or your education or any of these limiters. And you get to really just consider and understand, like, what do you really want? We all have something that we really want, but it's just a matter of allowing ourselves to know, allowing ourselves to experience what that would feel like, because then that starts you build momentum. Once you open up that door, then it's like the floodgates open and then more and more come out.
Mm-hmm.
You got any tips?
Point. No, I was going to say that was a good point, because when I was first starting to do this process and I thought about what I really would love to do, I placed certain boundaries on what I thought was possible for me based on the money that I had, how old I was, and the education that I had, like as an accountant. So I was thinking, oh, like it'd be cool to be an accountant at like a cool company that I like. But in reality, I didn't want to be an accountant at all. But when I was doing my initial visioning, I placed myself in those boundaries. So what you said before about, if time, money, education didn't matter, that's like really key, because that like dissolves away the current reality barriers that you have on now, and it really gives you a chance to be creative and be expressive. So I just wanted to echo that tip.
Great. Yeah.
It's important. Yeah.
Definitely. So mind if I bring it in for a landing? Unless there's something else you wanted to say.
No.
You good?
Yeah. You all set.
All right. So so action step for you listening is to write out a part of your vision. Now, just begin somewhere. No matter how, even if you have a vision or you have a vision board, my experience is that having a vision statement is one of the most powerful things, because you get to see it in writing, and you get to express your emotions about how you feel. Like you start to put yourself into that experience of what it feels like. So my challenge for you is to write out just one paragraph, like maybe spend 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, and write out a statement of your vision of what you would love, and put it in the present tense. Because when you write it out saying something like, I am so happy and grateful now that I am doing this, I have this, I feel this way, then you start to embody what it feels like. You start to experience what it feels like in the present moment, which is the only moment we can ever act, and we can only ever dream. We can never dream tomorrow or act tomorrow. It's only today, because then tomorrow becomes the next today. So take action on this. And I know, like, I want to, I don't know how I can drive this point in so powerfully, because my life would never be the same if I didn't write the vision. And I know it's the same thing with you, Chris. So like, is there any like final note that you would share of like a commitment, like the power of this and like just doing it?
I think once you get started with it, the hardest part is getting started, because
True.
because a lot of people, they don't want to spend time writing out something that isn't happening. But once
Or
you
may never happen.
or may never
That's
happen.
another fear.
But, but
Yeah.
but once you write it out, because I know that some people, they'll write it out and then afterwards they'll look at it and be like, that was awesome writing it, but now I feel worse looking at it because I'm so far away. There's a big gap between where I am now and where I want to
Yes.
be.
Yep.
But at least now you know where you want to end up. So many people don't know where they want to end up, and so just like day-to-day decisions become hard for people in that instance, because if you don't have a compass of where you want to end up, and then a decision is placed in front of you, let's say it's for a job or for something that could be big or small, you're not going to know where to go, and then it's going to create this anxiety because you don't know where you want to end up. And so it's important for that. And then I was going to say that once you start on the process, it's addicting, because it gives you hope, because when you wake up in the morning, then it's like, yeah, like I'm working towards something. It gives you that like I said, that compass of working towards something, and you have a measure for growth now. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's really good. Really good points. So take action on that. And I want to give an incentive for you listening to do this. If you do this, if you write out your vision, even just a paragraph, like, because I'm so committed to this, because I see so many people just living quiet lives of desperation. Like they want something to change, but they're not willing to do something different. If you're willing to do something different and try this out, experiment with this, I want to reward you. I want to gift you something. So in between my speaking, teaching, and coaching schedule, I carve out some time for dream building sessions, which is a conversation with me where I get to help you identify the struggles that you're facing, the challenges, and then helping clarifying your vision. There's a whole exercise I bring people through called Time Machine, which really empowers you, really gets you clear on your vision and gets you to the physical experience of it, and then help you take action steps to move forward. So if you're willing to do the step of writing out your vision, I'm willing to give you that. And for the first 3 people who reach out, then I will give you that as a complimentary gift. It's worth $250. I've had someone pay me $250 for that session. No lie. So this is my gift to you. It's valuable. Take it as valuable. If you literally just do the steps we're suggesting here, experiment with it. So send me a picture of you doing that, of your vision, and then I'd be glad to give you that session. So you can DM me on Instagram at Kevin Francis Carden. Boom. Let's do this.
Nice.
Any final notes? So that's my final note. Is like, just
I mean,
do it.
not,
Like,
not, man. I mean, I can talk all day about this. Just that word all day. That that word that word experiment is just so important. Like, just because really, like, if you wake up every day and you do the same things over and over, I don't know, like you want to try something different. Just experiment. Like,
yeah.
Give 10 minutes to write out a vision. Do something you've never done before during the day. Like wake up and do a routine you've never done, or before you go to bed, do a different routine. Just change things up. Just switch it up. Yeah,
exactly.
So we tend to get trapped in our habits a lot, because it's very easy to get trapped in them. Because we're habit oriented creatures. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just gonna send it. Just gotta send it.
Just send it. Just send your vision to Kevin.
Literally send it to me. Yeah. Like send it by doing it, and then just send it.
Yeah, you're kind of like the vision Santa Claus then, right? Like, you know, when like Santa Claus gets, you know what I mean? Like he gets stuff from Christmas, and then
yeah,
he
gifts it out. Yeah, I get like a set of cookies.
I actually do have another question.
Okay.
Do you have like a vision naughty or nice list?
Oh my God. Yeah, I do. The people who don't freaking write their vision. That's the naughty list.
Damn.
Yeah. List. Wait, what?
It's probably a big list.
It is, man. It is. Anyway, with that said, let's end the episode. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. that's it for today. So thanks for tuning in, and we really hope you enjoyed listening to this episode as much as we enjoyed recording it. So any questions, any comments, just connect with us on Instagram. You could always DM us at Kevin Francis Carton
and at Chris J. Carton. And also, if you feel guided to, the one thing we do ask is for you to please rate the podcast and leave us a review. This way we can reach more people and impact more lives with this amazing information. With that, we'll see you on the next episode.